What if the key to a better life isn't about making more money, but simply living somewhere it stretches further? Imagine a place where the sky feels wider, the roads are less crowded, and your monthly bills no longer hold you hostage. Sounds too good to be true? Not in Texas. Scattered across the Lone Star State are towns and cities where the cost of living is so low, it almost feels like a secret. These aren't run-down or forgotten places. They're vibrant communities, each with its own charm, opportunities, and untold stories. Some have hidden lakes, others have booming industries or deep-rooted histories. And here's the twist. Many of them are places you've likely never considered. So before you write off that next move or think affordable living is out of reach, you'll want to see what's coming. But before we start, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're pulling back the curtain, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now let's dive in. Nestled in the heart of the Rio Grande Valley, Harlingen is often ranked as one of the most affordable cities not just in Texas, but in the entire country. With a 2025 population of around 73,000, this border town offers small city charm with surprisingly solid amenities. The average home price in Harlingen is about $165,000, significantly lower than the Texas state average of $296,000. That's almost 45% cheaper. The overall cost of living here is roughly 20% below the Texas average, thanks to lower housing, grocery, and transportation costs. Why is it so affordable? Harlingen benefits from a low property tax rate and inexpensive land, while its proximity to Mexico keeps prices competitive. Imagine stretching your dollar this far. What would you do with the savings? Would you invest, travel more, or upgrade your lifestyle? For budget-conscious families and retirees alike, Harlingen is an underrated gem worth serious consideration. Brownsville, located at the southernmost tip of Texas, along the Gulf of Mexico and the Mexican border, is a city rich in history and culture. As of 2025, its population is estimated at around 190,000. One of the biggest draws to Brownsville is its affordability. The average home price is just $122,400, which is an incredible 59% lower than the Texas state average of $296,000. The cost of living is about 30% below the Texas average, making everyday expenses, like groceries, transportation, and healthcare, noticeably cheaper. What makes Brownsville so affordable? Its economy is largely driven by manufacturing, trade, and logistics, and housing supply continues to outpace demand. The proximity to Mexico also keeps prices low due to cross-border commerce. If you lived here, would you spend your savings traveling the coast or enjoying Brownsville's year-round festivals? With its warm climate, affordability, and cultural vibrancy, Brownsville is a hidden gem for budget-minded movers. Nestled near the Oklahoma border, Wichita Falls is home to approximately 102,831 residents in 2025. It consistently ranks as one of Texas's most affordable cities. Housing costs are about 51% below the Texas average, with typical home prices around $144,000 compared to the state's $297,600. Overall, the cost of living is about 19 to 20% lower than the state average and 10% lower than the national level. Utilities tend to be slightly higher, but groceries and transportation remain affordable. Why is it so budget-friendly? Lower demand, ample affordable land, and military and manufacturing-driven economies keep costs in check. If you lived here, would you spend savings exploring nearby parks like Lucy Falls or downtown festivals? Wichita Falls blends value with small-town Texas charm. Located in the heart of the Texas Panhandle, Amarillo is home to about 200,000 residents as of 2025. Known for its cowboy culture and wide-open spaces, this city offers a refreshingly low cost of living. The median home price in Amarillo is around $180,000, making it approximately 39% cheaper than the Texas state average of $296,000. The overall cost of living is roughly 20% below the state average, with housing, groceries, and transportation all coming in at lower than average rates. So why is Amarillo so affordable? A surplus of available land, a strong agricultural and energy economy, and relatively low property taxes contribute to the savings. Plus, with attractions like Palo Duro Canyon and Cadillac Ranch, life here never feels boring. If you lived in Amarillo, would you buy a bigger home, explore West Texas landscapes, or invest the savings? This city gives you space to breathe and room in your budget to grow. Temple, located in Central Texas, is quickly becoming a popular choice for budget-minded residents. As of 2025, it has a population of around 85,000, but when combined with neighboring cities like Belton and Killeen, the metro area exceeds 500,000. The median home price in Temple is approximately $230,000, which is about 22% less than the Texas average of $296,000. The overall cost of living here is roughly 15 to 20% lower than the state average, driven by affordable housing, low transportation costs, and modest utility rates. Temple benefits from a strong healthcare sector, anchored by Baylor Scott and White Health, and its location along I-35 makes it a convenient commute to Austin or Waco. Would you use the savings to buy a larger home or start a business? Temple's affordability, job market stability, and easy access to major cities make it a smart choice for families, retirees, and professionals alike. We're halfway through our journey and I want to hear from you. Have any of these affordable Texas towns caught your eye yet? Could you see yourself building a life in one of these places, or maybe retiring there one day? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone, and I'd love to know which city you'd choose and why. And while you're at it, let me know what topics you'd like to see next. More cheap places to live? Maybe best small towns to start a business? Your feedback shapes what we do next. If you're getting value from this video, a quick like really helps it reach more folks like you. And don't forget to subscribe so you stay in the loop for future guides like this one. Killeen sits in Central Texas, just north of Fort Cavazos, and counts approximately 163,600 residents as of 2025. Growing at about 1.2% annually. The median home price is around $222,700 to $253,100, marking it about 20–25% cheaper than the Texas average of $296,000. Cost of living indexes show Killeen is 11 to 12% below the national average and roughly 10 to 12% below the Texas average, with housing particularly affordable, roughly 30% less than national and state norms. Why is Killeen budget-friendly? Its large military presence ensures stable employment and housing support, and land prices remain modest despite growth, driven by ongoing development around Fort Cavazos and Texas A&M Central Texas. Imagine living here. Would you use savings for commuting to Austin, enjoying lake days at Belton Lake, or investing in your future? With diverse community, affordable homes, and a military-rooted economy, Killeen offers strong value and growth potential. Texarkana, straddling the Texas-Arkansas border, had an estimated 36,200 residents as of 2025. Its real estate is remarkably affordable, with median home prices around $165,000, down even from a year ago and about 45 to 50% below the Texas average. The cost of living is around 12% lower than the Texas average and 17% below the national average. Housing costs alone are 28 to 40% cheaper than both state and national norms. Why is it so budget-friendly? Affordable land, historic downtown housing stock, and cross-border economic ties contribute to value. Plus, taxes and utilities remain modest. Imagine living in a city where you could own a home without breaking the bank. Would you opt for a historic renovation or invest in local festivals? Texarkana offers small city charm, savings, and creative potential for savvy residents. Nestled in the northwest part of the state, Lubbock is home to approximately 260,000 residents in 2025. Thanks in part to Texas Tech University and a strong agricultural base, Lubbock offers a mix of affordable living and vibrant community life. Median home prices range from $180,000 to $235,000, putting housing roughly 20 to 40% cheaper than the Texas state average of $296,000. The cost of living index sits around 80 to 85, about 15 to 20% below the state average. Daily expenses like groceries, utilities, and transportation are noticeably lower. What keeps Lubbock affordable? A plentiful land supply, stable local economy driven by education and farming, and municipal policies that maintain sensible property taxes all factor in. With quality healthcare, a growing arts scene, and college town energy, the city offers more than just savings. What would you do with those extra dollars? Visit more Texas Tech events, explore nearby wine trails, or upgrade your home. Lubbock provides space, opportunity, and value for people at all stages. El Paso, sitting on the Rio Grande across from Ciudad Juarez, is a major Texas city with a 2025 population of approximately 678,760. Despite its size, the typical home value is around $231,300, roughly 20 to 25% below the Texas median of $296,000. The overall cost of living is about 11–13% lower than Texas average. Housing costs are the main driver. Homes cost 29 to 34% less, and utilities, groceries, and healthcare also trend below average. What leads to such affordability? A combination of plentiful land, moderate wages, and lower demand keep prices in check. Its culture, border town vibrancy, strong military presence, Fort Bliss, and proximity to mountains and parks add value. If you moved here, would you spend extra cash on exploring Hueco tanks, cultural festivals, or perhaps upgrading your home? El Paso offers big city energy without big city prices. Abilene, nestled in west-central Texas, boasts a 2025 population of about 127,000. T frequently ranks among the state's most affordable cities. As of early 2025, the median home value is approximately $188,800, which is 36% below Texas's $296,000 average. The overall cost of living is roughly 20% below the national average, and even more so compared to pricier Texas cities. This affordability stems from abundant housing stock, moderate property taxes, and a steady economy supported by healthcare, education, and manufacturing sectors. Abilene offers amenities like the zoo, state parks, and a growing downtown district. So, if you lived here, would you use the savings to invest in a home with a bigger yard, support local businesses, or improve your travel habits? With its solid schools, community events, and budget-friendly lifestyle, Abilene offers plenty of space, both physical and financial, for you to grow and thrive. There you have it, 10 of the most budget-friendly places to live in the Lone Star State, each one with its own story, its own rhythm, and its own reason to call it home. Whether you're chasing lower housing costs, a quieter lifestyle, or just curious about where your money might go further, Texas has a spot for you. Which of these cities surprised you the most? Which one could you see yourself moving to? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, hit that like button, share it with someone who's looking to make a move, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth looks into affordable living across the country. Until next time, happy house hunting, and remember, sometimes a better life starts with a cheaper zip code.